everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you know, we are diving into tenses, and these tenses are divided into three main sections: past tense, present tense, and future tense. Each of these sections have four types, and today we're focusing on the past perfect tense. It's part of the past section, and we'll break it down step by step. Don't forget, we got 11 more videos where I explain each of the other tenses just like we're doing here today, so be sure to check them out as well. We use the past perfect tense to describe an action that was completed before another action or time in the past, or to show the order of events in the past. Here are some examples of before another action. She had left the office before I arrived. An example of order of events: by the time we got there, the movie had started. Just like the other tenses, the past perfect tense always follows a formula. This is how you use it in the positive structure. Remember, all subjects take the past participle form of the verb. So you start with the subject or the pronoun, you add had, and then the past participle. For example, I had finished my homework before I went out with my friends. Past perfect tense as a negative structure. All subjects take the past participle of the verb as well. So you start with the subject or pronoun, you add hadn't, and then your past participle. For example, she hadn't read the book before the movie came out. Past perfect tense in a question structure. Remember, all subjects take the past participle form of the verb. So you will start with had, add the subject or the pronoun, and then the past participle. For example, had you completed the project before the manager said so? It's very important to always remember that in the English language, verbs are divided into two: regular verbs and irregular verbs. Regular verbs form their past participle forms by adding d, ed, or ied to the base form. Irregular verbs do not follow a consistent pattern for their past participle forms, which means that each irregular verb has a unique past participle form. Let's take a look at some regular verbs. If the verb ends with the silent E, simply add D. For example, live, lived, hate, hated, bake, baked. My mum had baked a pie before Dad came home with one. For most verbs, simply add ed. For example, talk, talked, clean, cleaned, watch, watched. She had already watched that movie before her friend recommended. If the verb ends in a consonant and y, change the y to I and then add ed. For example, cry, cried, carry, carried, study, studied. He went out after he had studied for the exam. Now let's take a look at some irregular verbs. Here's a list of some of the most common irregular verbs. Let's go through the list together. Be, been, begin, begun, bite, bitten, break, broken, bring, brought, build, built, buy, bought, catch, caught, come, come, cut, cut, do, done, draw, drawn, drink, drunk, drive, driven, eat, eaten, fall, fallen, feel, felt, find, found, fly, flown, get, gotten or got, give, given, Go, gone, been. Grow, grown. Have, had. Keep, kept. Know, known. Leave, left. Now let's dive into some time expressions. We usually use the following time expressions: before, after, by the time, already, just. Here are two examples. She had cleaned the house before the guests arrived. By the time she arrived, the party had already started. Great work, everyone. Keep practicing and you'll master it in no time. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more helpful English tips. See you in the next video. Happy learning!